hope you are having a great day. In the last session, we learned about the adoption of democracy in our country and the first general election. In this session, we will learn about the State Reorganization and India's foreign policy. From the topic, Independent India, the first 30 years, 1947 to 77, of class 10th, Social Studies. Learning outcomes. In our session today, we will learn about demand for the reorganization of states, State Reorganization Act, 1956, social and economic changes, foreign policy and wars, Anti-Hindi Agitation, Green Revolution, keywords, State Reorganization, formation of states based on the language spoken in a particular region. Dissent, disagreement, 5-year plan, method of planning economic growth over a limited period of 5 years. Lingua franca, a language adapted as a common language between people whose native languages are different. Concept map. Demand for state reorganization. The new nation faced challenges in reorganizing states based on language. During the British period, the country was divided into presidencies and large states with many people speaking different languages. All the people speaking a language and living in contiguous areas demanded to be organized under one state. There was a concern whether agreeing to these demands would help build unity or lead to linguistic division. The partition of India based on religion led to concerns about India's security and stability. Due to the fear of languages, reorganization breaking down the country. Congress, though, promised to restructure the country on linguistic lines, developed cold feet after independence. The Telugu speakers movement called for Congress to implement resolutions favoring linguistic states. And the Andhra Mahasabha continued to fight for their unity. As the Congress opposed, the party performed poorly in Telugu-speaking areas in the first elections. State Reorganization Act, 1956. Jawaharlal Nehru didn't oppose linguistic states, but believed it was not the right time for them. However, Potti Sriramalu's hunger strike in 1952 led to the creation of Andhra State and Tamil Nadu. Potti Sriramalu was an Indian freedom fighter and revolutionary. The State's Reorganization Commission was appointed in 1953 to address this issue, leading to the creation of 14 states and 6 union territories. Tribal languages were excluded, and linguistic reorganization helped consolidate India. Social and economic change. The Constituent Assembly prioritized social, economic and political justice in modern India. With the Planning Commission established after the Constitution's inauguration, Nehru aimed to dissolve divisions and help India emerge as a strong nation. The first 5-year plan focused on agriculture, food production, transport, communications and social services, while industrializing India. However, political opinion was divided on the role of agriculture and resource allocation between industry and agriculture. Nehru emphasized agricultural transformation as a political, social and economic issue in the rural sector. He adopted a strategy involving land reforms, agricultural cooperatives and local self-government. Land reforms included the abolition of the zamindari system and tenancy reform. While cooperatives provided economies of scale and valuable inputs. Land reforms in India were implemented across India. While the zamindari system was abolished, redistribution of land to the landless did not take place. The first 5-year plan focused on improving agriculture through dams, but this was insufficient to meet population needs. The second 5-year plan shifted focused to developing industries, allowing more people to shift to towns for work in factories and services. Foreign policy and wars. At the time of India's independence, the Cold War had just begun, and the world was divided into US or USSR camp countries. Nehru maintained an independent foreign policy, forming the non-aligned movement also with Indonesia, Egypt, and Yugoslavia. He formulated the Panchashil policy of non-interference in each other's internal affairs. However, India had to face wars with Pakistan in 1948, 1965 and 1997, and China in 1962, resulting in heavy losses of human life and money, particularly in the 1962 conflict. The succession. After Nehru passed away in 1964, critics had doubts as to whether democracy could survive in the country. Congress chose Lal Bahadur Shastri as government leader, but he faced challenges in implementing fundamental values and goals. These included the Anti-Hindi Agitation led by the DMK in the south, the issue of food shortages, and the war with Pakistan in 1965. Anti-Hindi agitations. The DMK protested the 1963 Official Languages Act, believing that it aimed to push Hindi across the country, leading to statewide strikes. Dharnas, hartals, and the burning of statues, which resulted in clashes with police. The central government had to acknowledge these protests. However, Congress itself was divided between the pro-Hindi and anti-Hindi camps. The unity of the country was once again at stake. When things seems to be going out of hand, Shastri made a compromise to calm the minds of the anti-Hindi camps. These included that each state has the right to have its own language, either regional or English. Government communications will be in regional language with English translations, and English will continue as the lingua franca between the center and states. It is evident how a popular social movement can force the government to reconsider their official stance. Prime Ministers Nehru and Shastri prioritized national unity over personal standpoints, ensuring control despite not personally supporting the agitationist stance. Green Revolution. The debate on the developmental strategy in India was not only economic but also political. Few groups supported the state-controlled and institutional strategy in agriculture, whereas other groups were opposed to state control. They criticized the plans and aimed to reduce their implementation. Between 1964 to 67, a new strategy was adopted to secure state government cooperation and increase food production, reflecting changes in economic policy. In this video, we have learned about demand for reorganization of states, State Reorganization Act, social and economic changes, foreign policy and wars, Anti-Hindi Agitation, Green Revolution.